Thanks for joining us on News on 2. I'm Renee Fong. 12 people were injured when an express bus rammed the back of a lubricant oil-laden trailer at kilometre 95 of the East Coast Expressway in Temerloh, Pahang at 1:15 a.m. early this morning. Temerloh Police Chief ACP Zundin Mahmud said the injured victims were 5 women and 4 male passengers, including 2 Nepalese, bus driver and the trailer's driver and attendant. ACP Zundin said the bus driver allegedly failed to control the bus when heading to Kuantan from the Southern Integrated Terminal TBS. Both vehicles were on the right lane when the accident occurred. The victims only sustained light injuries such as cuts, bumps and broken teeth and were sent to the Bentong Hospital, Pahang. Both the bus and trailer drivers were also asked to provide a sample of urine for toxicology tests. The Temerloh Police Chief further noted that the case is currently being investigated under Section 43, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. The Kajang Magistrate Court has extended the remand order against the suspect in the case of an 11-month-old baby girl who died after she was allegedly raped, sodomized and abused. Court Registrar Sharifah Fazila Zulkifli ordered the remand period to begin from today until 19th November. The wife of the suspect, who happened to be the babysitter, was also remanded until 18th November. The remand orders were issued to enable police and a team of post-mortem specialists to complete their investigations, which include visiting the scene of the crime. The case is being classified under Section 302 of the Penal Code. The victim died at 10:30 a.m. on Friday after being admitted for 2 days at the Serdang Hospital. He said examinations by doctors found tears on the victim's hymen and anus. A post-mortem at the hospital's pathology department found the victim's death was due to a blunt impact to the head as the baby's skull was fractured. Bruises were also found on the top left and right sides of the baby's head. Meanwhile, the remand order for Khairul Izaini Khairuddin, or better known as Boy Tiger, who was arrested by police for allegedly torturing his 3-year-old stepson to death, has been extended beginning today until 19th November. The remand order was issued by Ampang Court Magistrate Haslinda Rauf. Khairul Izaini and his wife Noraini Samian were sought by the authorities after the death of toddler Muhammad Khairul Akmal Abdul Rahman, who was being treated for severe injuries received in a violent beating. The duo had taken the boy, who was unconscious and covered with bruises, to the Ampang hospital for treatment last Thursday. He was pronounced dead 13 minutes later. The 2 suspects fled the hospital upon the victim's death before they were arrested 4 days later after he went to visit his wife, who was delivering a baby at a homestay in Hulu Langat. The case is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. 117 online gambling players from China and 1 local were detained by Kuala Lumpur police following raids at 2 separate premises in the capital. According to Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Dato' Sri Mazlan Lazim, of the total, 97 of the Chinese nationals were male, 20 were women, all between the ages of 20 to 40 years old. During the 2 raids, police also seized 118 laptops, 479 mobile phones, 154 SIM cards, 2 computer sets, 3 Wi-Fi modems, 10 Unified D-Link, 7 TP-Link, cash amounting to 31,300 ringgit and 6,000 yuan. Preliminary investigations revealed that the premises had been in operation for the last 6 months and were turned into a marketing center and server for illegal gambling activities in China. Police said the operators use a new tactic by running the illegal gambling activities cashless, with transactions conducted through barcodes available via the WeChat app.
Mereka pakai WeChat Pay. WeChat Pay ni dan Alipay. Dan bila WeChat Pay dan Alipay ni, dia perlu bagi barcode. Di Malaysia ni belum ada lagi barcode. Mungkin ada syarikat yang propose dalam akaun kita tunjuk barcode, dia potong tu dalam akaun kan. Jadi di sana, jika dia nak main, dia pakai barcode tu. So bermakna bahawa mereka ni calling center ni akan menawarkan website yang berkenaan melalui WeChat.
Datuk Sri Mazlan said the suspects are being remanded for 4 days and investigated under Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection C of the Common Gambling House Act 1953, which carries a fine of not less than 20,000 and not more than 2 million ringgit and a jail sentence of not less than 5 years upon conviction. On another note, Datuk Sri Mazlan also announced the start of a 1-month-long snatch theft operation, which will begin tomorrow, covering the Dang Wangi areas and its surroundings. The City Police Chief said this was because statistics showed that 60% of snatch theft cases occurred in the area.
Bagi kejadian ragut melibatkan pelancong sampai Oktober, kita ada 252 kes. 252 kes. Manakala bagi melibatkan orang tempatan sebanyak 469 kes dekat Oktober. So itu adalah statistik itulah, dan kita nak reducekan statistik ini supaya kita nak buatkan Kuala Lumpur ini menjadi selamat. Dan insya-Allah dalam masa sebulan ni kita fokus on the ops ragut khas ni dan juga samun jalanan ni.
The Inland Revenue Board (IRB) has identified 79,786 taxpayers, companies, organizations and corporations with extraordinary wealth who have failed to declare their income or have underdeclared their income. IRB Chief Executive Officer Datuk Sri Sabin Samita said IRB will serve notices to these tax evaders, asking them to voluntarily disclose their income under the Special Voluntary Disclosure Program. He added that the government launched a crackdown to recover the nation's lost tax revenues. Datuk Sri Sabin said the notices will be served under Section 79 of the Income Tax Act 1967 to request more information and an explanation.
Pemantauan kita akan baca media sosial, kita akan baca semua surat khabar, majalah dan sebagainya, dan kita akan buat data matching dengan pendapatan yang mereka dah laporkan. Dan kita akan buat penelitian dan juga data matching.
The IRB Chief Executive Officer further noted that those who have received notices must respond to IRB within 30 days. Failure to do so is an offence under Section 120 of the Income Tax Act, which metes out a fine of between 200 to 20,000 ringgit or jail up to 6 months or both. Datuk Sri Sabin said this after attending the National Tax Seminar 2018, which was officiated by Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng at the Federal Capital. All Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia SPM elective and non-core subjects will be shifted to the end of September in early preparation for the floods beginning next year. Education Minister Dr. Mazli Malik said the matter was discussed with the Examinations Board and suggested the subjects are implemented early between the end of September and early October. Among the subjects involved, Dr. Mazli said, were Arabic language, Punjabi language, Kadazan language, Iban language, literature, Islamic tasawwur and vocational technical subjects.
Maksudnya pada tahun hadapan, subjek-subjek yang agak ringan akan dibawa ke depan untuk periksa dahulu. Kemudian supaya yang subjek lain dia berada dekat tempatnya, dan supaya yang subjek ringan ni tidak menghadapi macam banjir dan sebagainya.
Dr. Mazli said this after visiting Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Putrajaya Precinct 16-1 in conjunction with the SPM examination in Putrajaya. A total of 421,706 candidates had registered to sit for SPM this year at 3,308 exam centres nationwide beginning today. It was a sweet, nostalgic return for both Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and wife Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah Muhammad Ali to their alma mater, the King Edward VII College of Medicine, which is now part of the National University of Singapore and US. Upon arrival, the Premier, who was in the class of students of the college who graduated in 1953, was received by Singapore's Minister of Health, Gan Kim Yong. Tun Dr. Mahathir and Tun Dr. Siti Hasma then took a stroll for about 30 minutes at the college, which is currently home of the Ministry of Health, Singapore Medical Council and the College of Family Physicians. Later, both the Premier and his wife visited the college's alumni room, shared light moments with the members as well as 7 of his classmates. They were also gifted with a classic black and white picture from the alumni chairman, Lai Ka Weng. Meanwhile, due to prior engagements, Tun Dr. Mahathir said he was unable to attend the alumni dinner this year.
But I'm sorry that I and Asma not able to attend tonight's dinner. I promised to come, but then later on I find that clashes with my appointment in Papua New Guinea, so I have to attend to more serious matters rather than alumni get together. But anyway, I hope that when you have your next alumni dinner, we will be able to be present, hopefully.
Later, Tun Dr. Mahathir was conferred the ASEAN Federation of Engineering Organizations AFIO's Distinguished Honorary Patron Award. During the award presentation, AFIO Chairman Tan Sri Dato' Dr. Ahmad Zaidi Laiden said as a leader, Tun Dr. Mahathir had succeeded in constructing and communicating convincingly a clear and persuasive message for change anchored on science, engineering and technology. Tun Dr. Mahathir, who was grateful with the award, expressed hope that he will be able to engineer hopes in Malaysia. He also said that he always wanted to be a politician despite studying medicine, but was quick to add that medicine was a good foundation for politics.
Politics is the same, administration is also the same. You have a problem. When you have a problem, you go into the origins of the problem, the history. You do a proper examination, look into all the different things that contributed to the problem. And once you have discovered the causes of the problem and also the nature of the problem, then you can prescribe the medicine for it. So medicine is good training actually for doctors, for politicians.
The government wants Malaysia to be a champion in information and communications technology (ICT) and eventually become a leader again in the industry. Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Dio said the country now lags behind in ICT after having been at the forefront of the industry about 20 years ago.
Kita adalah satu negara yang telah pun menjuarai bidang ini 20 tahun yang lalu, di mana kita ini mewujudkan MSc itu 20 tahun lalu. 20 tahun lalu kita Malaysia dilihat sebagai negara yang paling depan dalam era ini. Tetapi sekarang kita ini lihat seolah-olah kita kebelakangan. Jadi saya telah pun membuat saranan supaya kita kena cari jalan bagaimana Malaysia boleh menjadi juara dalam industri ini sekali lagi, dan kita boleh menjadi apa yang dikatakan sebagai a leader in this industry untuk masa depan.
The minister said this after delivering a keynote address and opening the National ICT Association of Malaysia PICOM Leadership Summit in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Earlier in his keynote address, Gobind Singh said the government will govern a transparent and open manner and will be business-friendly while maintaining an open economy. On another note, Gobind said the communications and multimedia industry plans to develop an open data exchange platform to provide public access to government data and also to encourage industries to share data. The minister added that the platform will stimulate the local technology community to develop meaningful solutions for Malaysians.
Kita mahu wujudkan satu keadaan di mana kita boleh adakan akses kepada maklumat, dan ini adalah satu perkara dalam pertimbangan kita. Memang itu adalah satu cadangan yang saya akan bawa ke Kabinet.
Gobind said this after officiating the Digital Transformation Asia Forum in Kuala Lumpur. He further stressed that the ministry will also make sure that data protection is at the top of the agenda to ensure no data breaches occur, and this is the first step to take in order to digitalize the government. Electronic sports or e-sport may still be new to Malaysians, but there is no doubt of its potential to catch the interest of e-game lovers in the country. To heighten the interest, an e-sport event called Taiwan Excellence Inter-College Battleground was recently held in Bandar Sunway and organized by the Taiwan External Trade Development Council, TAITRA. The tournament attracted around 12,000 participants from 10 universities and colleges. The tournament, which began in April, was finally narrowed down to 10 finalists fighting for the grand prize of 130,000 ringgit. The tournament was held in Malaysia to allow TAITRA to feature its online gaming products to Malaysians.
The purpose of this event, because as a Taiwanese, I'm from Taiwan. I do delight for seeing that entire Taiwanese brand that we can provide our innovative product to Malaysia, and also join with the channel partners, resale partners to have both win-win solution.
So for XPG, because previous time for ADATA you have an image is we produce SSD and module and RAM. But now we actually have SPG doing gaming and we have peripherals also. So you can see that we are releasing some products like gaming mouse, RGB mouse, and you can see that this is the gaming headset with amplifier also. So we still didn't forget our most powerful products, SSD and RAM. So for ADATA, in 2017, we are the second largest module house in global.
Also featured during the event was a showcase of products from companies such as Transcend, Acer, Predator, Asus, ROG and MSI. Nur Shahrul Idlan Talaha netted 2 late goals for Malaysia in the 3-1 win over defensive Laos in an AFF Cup Group A match at the Bukit Jalil National Stadium last night. Malaysia had a total of 31 attempts but struggled to convert as Laos, under Singapore-born coach V. Sundramudi, played a 5-man defensive structure to frustrate Tan Cheng Ho's side for most of the match. From a quick counter-attack, Malaysia were left exposed at the back and conceded a foul at the edge of the box in the 7th minute. Pichak Kongmatilat stepped up and stunned Malaysia with a wonderful free-kick past goalkeeper Khairul Fahmi Chedmat. But Malaysia immediately pressed forward and scored 8 minutes later through captain Zakwan Ada Razak off a Shami Safari pass from the right. Malaysia continued to hold possession as the game was literally a match between Malaysia's attack and Laos's defence. But the decisive goal only came in the 86th minute when Nur Shahrul, or better known as Mat Yeo, scored from close range following a mix-up in penalty box from a corner kick. And the 32-year-old added Malaysia's third when he headed home in the 2nd minute of stoppage time. Malaysia will travel to Hanoi to face Vietnam in their 3rd match on Friday. Despite the late goals, national head coach Tan Cheng Ho was a satisfied man as they have added another 3 points in the bag. He admitted that his players lost focus for a few moments after conceding the early goal, but fortunately they managed to buckle up quickly to find the equaliser and took control of the game despite the stiff resistance from the Laos defence.
Selepas Laos menjaringkan gol, kita agak kelang kabut under pressure, dan selepas second half dengan 3 pertukaran kita nampak pemain-pemain lebih yakin dengan corak permainan kita lah, back to normal kita punya game.
And that concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, IRB launches crackdown on wealthy tax evaders. Join us again tomorrow at 12:30 in the afternoon. Thanks for watching. I'm Renee Fong.